everybody! Welcome back to Northernlion Plays Banished. Town's going okay. Losing some people, gaining some people. Gaining them a little faster than I'm losing them, although, truth be told, I would like to gain them a lot faster than I actually am. But we should have some children that are going to become of age pretty soon. I remember they were like 3 or 4 years off, or 3 or 4 age off. I think they actually gain 1 age per season, but I'm not totally sure. Hey, okay, this sounds terrible to say now that I'd say it, but our, participant did, or our resident here did die of old age, and Ezekiel will die of old age soon, opening up these houses for perhaps some people who are more willing to reproduce. And I mean, that sounds like I'm being really negative when I say it, but by the same token, I think it's, it's the law of the jungle, baby. We gotta make sure that we're regenerating the population here. Our gatherers' huts are producing like crazy now that we have these forests coming in around them. Like, gatherers' hut plus forest, or I should say gatherers' hut plus forester's lodge really just seems like a no-brainer setup to ensure that you get as much food production as possible. And I wish I had maybe prioritized that a little earlier, but now our food is, like, totally A-okay. We're also doing fine on iron tools. Winter is about to end here. And I was just building the storage barn, because remember, our farmer here did a terrible job of actually getting all these peppers into the storage barn or to the market before things got truly terrible. So, we need to build some more things, but we need more population first, because we only have 1 laborer. And 1 laborer is not enough. But what we could do is, I know this sounds like I shouldn't be doing it, but I really think that I should start putting down more houses. There, that's the ideal couple right there. A 23-year-old female and a 10-year-old male. Ladies, will you help me with my math homework, please? I'm learning how to do long division. No, I'm not meant to be insulting, by the way, if you are in 5th grade. In fact, if you're in 5th grade right now, you're probably actually better at long division than most adults. Because when you become an adult, there's no teacher to tell you not to use a calculator. That's just a waste of time. Okay, so hopefully our crop field is going to do a little bit better for us this year because we can actually, get things into the storage barn. Presumably, I need to open up my professions menu again. Our population is growing, I think, but they are just filling into other things. I think they're not filling into to becoming laborers, which means I don't really treat them as kind of like, I don't know, free labor, if you will. So right now, only having 1 laborer is kind of not great. I almost feel like I should build more houses, but keep in mind we do have 10 children now. That's a lot. Ezekiel, seriously, man. Just either die now or live forever. That's I'm not going to tell you exactly what to do, but those are your options. Food production is going through the roof here as a result of these beautiful gatherers' huts now being surrounded by forest. Hopefully the forest actually encourages more animals as well. Hard to tell. It's early summer. Honestly, I feel like this is the year that I've done nothing, but that's okay. As long as everybody's able to survive, there's enough firewood and all that, then that's great. So maybe we should, yeah, what's low? Logs? I had a feeling that that would actually come to be. Maybe I should harvest some of these trees here, unless they're part of the Forester's Lodge area. Why don't we harvest these trees like that? We only have 1 forester, so... Or, sorry, 1 laborer, so that's fine. And we'll build, like, another bridge. I know we already have 1 bridge over here, but I think it's actually going to be faster if we just build one like this. Sorry, I didn't want to build a dirt road. I should build a bridge. If we build a bridge like this, and then use this as, like, our next kind of food production area, maybe. I don't know. We'll see, anyway. We still need a little bit more population growth before I can worry too much about what to do with my, like, the next areas that we have. The reason that we have so many laborers, by the way, now, even though we only have a couple on the map, is I think the builders are doing nothing, so they become laborers, and the tailor's doing nothing, because he's already at, or she's already at, the production limit, and occasionally, like, our woodcutter will be at the production limit as well. So we may actually want to build a trading post. I guess when we're in a period of relative affluence like this, why not build a trading post so we can harvest the fact that we've got good resource generation right now, and, trade that away for maybe some extra seeds or something. I would love to be able to just set up, like, a wheat field so that we could also have somebody that could start working as a, like a tavern, a brewer, I guess is what they call it in this game. Do we also want to get some roads set up? I feel like our road setup is less than ideal right now. Let's get, like, one that sneaks through here like this and goes all the way down to roughly... Okay, goes all the way down to roughly here. That seems pretty good to me. This bridge is going to be done soon. Mostly I built this so that we could have another kind of delicious area to harvest from over here conveniently, but I'm not sure if that's actually the best call. But it doesn't matter, we'll see. Population continues to grow ever so slowly. Ezekiel, man! Average health of the citizens does not represent you very well. With so many children, we're probably going to want to build another house soon. Nobody in our boarding house. That only happens when homes get destroyed, I think. So are the peppers actually being harvested here? Or did they just not even... Like, did our farmer just do a shitty job? Why is she still taking the peppers? Where is she is she just depositing those into her own house? That hardly seems fair. She's not depositing them in the storage barn, I'll tell you that much. Why is that, anyway? There's a storage barn right next to you, you jerk lady. Well, maybe she's dropping them at the market instead. I don't know. That's unfortunate, but I'm just pausing for a second. We do have a way more population boon now. I'm actually going to build another house because our food production is great. And then I know I keep saying we're going to start a trading post. We actually are going to start a trading post pretty soon. Between tools and warm clothes and the amount of excess food that we have, I feel like we can pretty quickly start to maybe get some seeds or something. Or start a pasture. That would be amazing as well, wouldn't it? But for now, we're on year 14, and our population is basically finally recovered from that 50-year tornado. Had to happen, I guess, at some point, as long as we kept our cool about it. We've had another population boon. What are we low on? Logs. We're low on logs. That's okay. We'll cut down some more stuff over here. It's kind of unfortunate because I don't want to cut near the gatherer because that's just going to harm our food production even more. But sure, let's harvest these trees over here instead, even though that's going to take forever and be super inefficient. That's fine. How's this gatherer doing now that we have like a full forest around? Oh, that is beautiful. Like 1,000 food per year from our gatherer. So we have 4 laborers. What do we do with our 4 laborers? We are going to have them harvest resources, basically, because we're going to build a trading post, which is fairly expensive from a resource standpoint. So we'll just put our trading post down here. I don't think there's any negative to having it so close to the quarry. We need all resources here in order to make this work. We need more of all of the resources, I should say. So we were already harvesting a bunch of trees. We'll drag it over this stone as well. And where is a good supply of iron close by? There's 1. There you go. Was there not some more? Yeah, there's a decent amount right here. And right here. And you know what? There's a decent amount of stone right here, too. 4 laborers is a pretty good number for right now. Although we may... Actually, we don't need anybody else to be working on, like, food production. What we can do is finally maybe crank up 1 more person on this quarry. Made 21 stone last season. That's not terrible. How did our peppers do? Did our peppers actually make it this year? We got, yeah, like maybe 30% more, and the year just rolled over. I'm feeling pretty good about the way things are going right now. These people should have children soon. Ezekiel? My God, he just lives forever, doesn't he? That's okay. I mean, more power to him, I guess. Our food production is so good right now. Yeah, trading post is under production. It's going to take a while. We actually lost a laborer, I think. Maybe old age. Was it Ezekiel? Nope. Ezekiel's still tearing it up as a forester here. I know this sounds crazy, but we may want to start building another house. We have a lot of children. And that's scary. Reserve of firewood is low. Yeah, it's because we're using logs right now to put in our trading post. That's okay. It's not the end of the world. I know that this is something that our Forester's Lodge will do for us, but we need trees right now, so we're just going to rip these ones out of the ground right here. And hopefully we start to get bustling a little bit here. I would love to get to 50 population by the end of the video, but, you know, form has told us that that's probably not something that's likely to happen. And that's okay. We're low on a lot of things. Stone, and logs. Okay, well, it's not a lot of things. It's a lot of a few things. As long as our food production's still good, you have run out of resources to make firewood with, which is why I need to prioritize cutting down some trees. That's okay. That should... Oh, I don't know why I turned red on some of those buildings. That's okay. Don't worry about those buildings that much. Mostly just worry about the trees. Actually, you know what? We have no forestry lodge over here. That's probably maybe the next thing I should build to make sure this gatherer is capable of really doing a good job, because that's not really that many resources, is it? Compared to the other gatherers' huts that we've had. So yeah, once this trading post is done, which is not super far away from, we should start to get to work on a forester's lodge over here so that our gatherers can start producing more food. I mean, our food production overall is still really good, but it's just inefficient to have, you know, a gatherer's hut without a forester's lodge next to it now that I've figured out the riddle of the Sphinx finally. But first things first, we need a little bit more iron. Let's go get this stuff right here. And 6 more iron will be enough. We should build a mine at some point, but the population needs to grow. The population went down. Ezekiel, though, still lives. It was somebody else who was, I don't know, I guess more ready to go. And you know what? I'm going to start... This is where the town is going to start to look pretty sketchy because my planning skills are terrible, but we're going to build like a road like this, and then like this, and then this is going to set up like our next row of houses that are still going to be very close to the market because we want to ensure that there is a good distribution of resources, basically. These irons need to get taken out right here, so I'll up the priority. If you up the priority on everything, it doesn't really do that much, I guess, but hopefully they'll prioritize this iron now that I've clicked on it. Yeah, they seem to be breaking rocks there. That's good. So we only need 5. That's not so bad. Firewood's in an okay position here. We don't have enough resources to actually make more tools, so we will need to get iron kind of focused. And logs and stone, all of which are not necessarily going fantastically right now. I'm still baffled by the fact that they just pile up the stone right next to the building, even though there's a stockpile right next to them. It's okay, though, I guess. You know, I can't be held accountable for that anymore. Seriously, oh, there was still more stone that was required here, too. That's why it didn't get built so quickly. That's okay. So we'll take some of this stone. Oh, that's all iron. There's so much iron right here. Why was I worried about getting the iron from all the way across the map? Well, that's very silly of me, isn't it? That's okay. We've had some more people die. And, Ezekiel, Lord love you. It was great to have you around while you were here, but, Leven had to move in instead. And we have 12 kids. We actually lost another worker, so we're out of laborers now. I think we'll take 1 gatherer off production, and then, you know, our food supply is pretty good. We need a laborer. Otherwise, we're not going to be able to do much of anything at all, but winter's approaching here. Builders will be able to finish this trading post. It's taken a little bit longer than I hoped, and our population is not growing as fast as I would have liked, but it is getting done. Peppers are withering on the vine here because my farmer is an idiot and refuses to use the storage. Maybe if I build like a road right next to the storage barn, like seriously, this cannot get more obvious at this point. Build like to here and then to here. You have to walk by this road anyway. You might as well walk into the storage barn. Doesn't the storage barn sounds like a store where you would pick up like shitty cupboards or something like that? 25 population. Does that mean we have 2 laborers now? 3 laborers, actually. Okay, well, we can put our gatherer back on production. Better to have more food, I would say. And it's as weird as it sounds, I still feel like we're recovering from that first tornado. But we're going to crest over that, especially as these kids start to come to, you know, fruition. That's a really awkward way to talk about children, but we're going to put down another couple of houses because we've got a lot of houses that are just full of people due to the weird demographics that we have. But we really want to make sure trading post gets done as soon as possible. Let me get the job menu back up. So we had like a huge bubble in our population of people that were really, really old. Wow. Wait, did Ezekiel just move over? No. Okay. Of people that were really, really old because we had like a big gap in actual like fecundity because people didn't reproduce that much after they lost their houses. So we lost like a lot of years to that. We need late winter. That's fine. But we desperately need to get some more firewood as soon as is possible. Where do we... Or get some more logs, I should say. We don't have a forester's lodge, so we should just pull those logs from here. So let's go to resource menu, harvest trees, and then prioritize the bejesus out of that. Because that could be really terrible for me if I run out of firewood and people start freezing to death. It's okay, though. How are our forester's lodges doing when it comes to like the number of people, or the number of logs that they actually get per year? 21. Let's double it. We have an extra laborer, so we'll put 2 workers on this forester's lodge. It says there's only 1 worker. Oh, it's because I have a second one over here. Are you telling me there was nobody working on one of these forester's lodges? That would explain an awful lot, I think. Trading post is so darn close to being done. Now we just have 1 person work as a merchant, basically, or a trader. We got to figure out what we want to put in here. I think we can afford to put like 20 hide coats. And I think we can afford to put like 40 iron tools. It's a little scary. Let's just keep it at that for now. Even if we can't buy something right away, that's fine. And then we'll unpause our house here and get to work on that as our population hopefully continues to grow. We really need to harvest our resources a little bit better, but hopefully having more foresters will at least make that plausible. In fact, you know what? I am actually going to... We already prioritized this wood cutting, so that should actually happen. Alright. Hopefully people come of age here. We need logs for so many things. We need logs for firewood. We need logs to build the houses. Iron is a little bit less of a priority for now, except that we need it for tools. Because, yeah, we're going to be using logs for that, too. So, it would be nice to get another laborer as well, because I'm not cutting down trees fast enough, basically. I don't want to even cut down these trees because it makes our gatherer less efficient, but it has to be done. We're already doing fine for food, so, yeah, sure. Let's harvest, like, these trees right here. And we'll prioritize this area as well, because I prioritize everything now, because I can't afford not to prioritize something, because I prioritize other things, so everything's got to be equal priority with itself. I don't like it. But we did get another worker. 2 laborers is fine for now. Please tell me this farmer is going to start using this storage barn that I, you know, so nicely placed here. How's our trading post doing? It's got some stuff in it. We could order some stuff. No, we can't, because we've never seen it before. Let's just wait until, we'll wait until a merchant comes, and we can always buff up the amount of resources, I guess. But I really want to buy some, I want to get a pasture going, if possible, I guess. And, you know, if we could also buy some wheat seeds, maybe, that would be great. If we have to buy fruit from an orchard, that's okay, too. What is this lady doing up here? Lady, what is your freaking job? You're a gatherer. Okay, never mind. You do great work. My mistake, lady. This building is not being done very quickly. That's because our log production is not where it needs to be. That's causing us to really be kind of pooped on when it comes to our tools production, firewood production, and the ability to actually build these houses, which is necessary for population growth. Stone's doing fine. How's the quarry doing this year? Nah, you know, 28 stone is not that much. That's like a house a year, but, you know, what can I say? Are you going to put some logs down here, potentially? There is some wood being harvested, so I'm hoping that this will be okay. Maybe we can crank down our blacksmith tool limit to, like, 60? That's 50. 60, and that might make it a little easier on us. I guess it's not prioritizing the house, because we need the firewood instead to survive, which is probably a good idea. You notice our town's happiness has actually recovered pretty nicely. We're at 4 stars for that. I don't know why I closed the ledger there. 4 stars for that, and 4.5 stars for health. Sounds good to me. We are cutting down the forest a little bit. That's going to impact the food that our gatherers get. But we're probably about 500 lower on food than we were this time last year, but so be it, I guess. We're actually closing in on the limit here for firewood. We're about halfway there. I guess that's not really closing in on it. But that's okay. Our population has grown a little bit. Do we really need one more laborer? Probably not. We could actually afford to maybe have a forester move in over here instead. So we'll make this like 2 of 2. And then, I don't know if this is... Do we have too many people working on this now? What have I done? You have 2 of 2 working here with 3 total. And you have 1 of 2. Okay, no, that's fine. This is what we want. We have 1 of 1. But we only have 1 laborer now. Did I have someone actually die? When people die of old age, it doesn't always tell you. I think. Unless I'm just missing it on the bottom. This house should be done shortly. We have 2 builders. We might actually need less than that. You know what we might want to do is actually move 1 builder into farming. And then we'll make this like 2 of 2. Yeah, move 1 builder into farming. So that we can actually harvest here. I don't like microing like that because I find it annoying. Oh my god, look at this. Look at that. And nobody uses this storage barn to this goddamn day. We got like no peppers this season. Alright, well 2 farmers is definitely where we want to be, unfortunately. This house is nearly complete. We will get to work on another house right away. We have the resource. Ooh, we need some more firewood. That's really scary how quickly we're going through firewood. That's normally not a major concern. I'm just trying to take a quick look and see where I want to pull that firewood from. We've kind of exhausted a lot of our really useful firewoody areas. Especially the ones that wouldn't cause us to lose food production like crazy. Well, maybe we build a road into the forest here. A long-ass road into the forest. And then we start telling our people to do some chopping. So we're going to remove trees exclusively from this large area here, because we need them all. So I guess I'll prioritize it too, because that's what I do at this point, because I have to. And hopefully this means that not many people are going to freeze to death. I mean, you should have warm coats, so, I mean, that's not a problem so much. Speaking of which, let's put some more warm coats into our trading post here, because we can really use those to buy some important resources. So hopefully this makes log production a little easier. 4.5 and 4.5 is a good place for our town to be. Yeah, you're cold? I believe it. I very much do believe that. I should have kept the house paused, probably, because now they're going to use logs to build it. But I think we have enough logs coming in. You know what we should do is pause, well, not pause, but maybe crank the tool limit down to 50 on the blacksmith so he stops producing. And then all of the logs are only going to be used to build the house or to build the firewood. To make the firewood, I should say. Please don't freeze to death. Please don't. Eat some onions. They warm up your insides. Oh! What's going on? Reserve of firewood is low. It's better than being at 0. Okay, we're actually going to come out of this, I think. Starting to green up a little bit here. Oh, it's getting close. I believe it. You know, you remember the TV show Laverne and Shirley? This is the sequel, Lawrence and Saloma. I'm not the world's best gatherer, something, something. When you shampoo, you slather, it's slow, Saloma. Ah, well, I tried. How about it? I went from Phoenix, Arizona, all the way to Saloma, lover and well, you know, Steve Miller, I am not, and I alternate between being thankful for that and being displeased about that. Please produce more firewood. That's a real problem for us. At least no one died there. It is early spring, so it's going to warm up a little bit. We need to get some more log production going, man. Almost like we got another worker. I want to just put them to work, basically, on this forester's hut here. Lodge, hut, den, you know what I'm talking about. Talking about my generation. We should probably... I don't know how we stay sustainable as we were growing so relatively rapidly. We do have another house on the go. But our firewood production is kind of outstripping our ability to build. And lots of people are freezing, which is kind of understandable. When it gets to be the summertime, though, we should get tons of firewood produced very quickly. So there is that. Tools are still at a relatively sustainable level. We are at 42 population. Remember, I expected to be at, well, I hoped to be at 50, but didn't expect to be at 50 necessarily. There's firewood in the market. Just go get the firewood from the market, you ding-dong. It's late spring, it's not that cold. It's 57 outside. You don't need to start a fire when it's 57. Just huddle up a little bit. It's okay, we'll all be fine if we just stay in this together. I really need to build another Forester's Lodge, don't I? Yeah, I think I do. Because otherwise the trees are just gonna, they're never gonna come back. So I guess that's gonna be what we're gonna build after this house. And that's fine. It's a very good thing, actually. At the bare minimum, even if the foresters don't produce that much, there's a stockpile right here that they can use, and we'll be able to harvest the trees that they cut down. So we might have a couple of years of low wood production here, but after that, it's like an orchard, you know? You make the investment and then it gets done. Who's dying? No, just a lack of firewood, even though it's early summer. That scares the crap out of me a little bit. This house should be, yeah, under construction is a very polite way to put it. Fucking done is another way to put it. Why are we going through firewood so quickly? It's the summertime and the living's easy. You know the song. They used it for the Subway rib sandwich commercials for so long. Now, this is fine. You're at production limit for tools. That's great. Here comes a merchant. We might be able to get something there. I kind of am skeptical because we don't have a ton of value in our marketplace right now. But let's see what he has. He has chickens. Chickens are 400. I would like to buy as many of them as possible. If I get... How many? 4 chickens would cost me 1,600. We can't even come close to that, can we? 40 is going to put us at 600. And then 8... Or, sorry, 40 times 8. 920. We can get 2 chickens. 2 chickens is kind of okay. At least we can start production here on chickens. And we can then keep some of our tools. We're overpaying by 40. We'll take 1 tool away. Wait. Tools are worth more. Sorry, my mistake. You're overpaying by 40. Okay, sorry. Let's take away like 3 tools. Then I'm overpaying by like 5. Oh, I'm underpaying by 5. Okay, my math skills are not what they used to be. We can take 2 away. We're overpaying by 10. We can take 1 iron tool away. We've got to min-max a little bit here. What am I even doing here? You're overpaying by 82. All right. How many of these should I take away then? 11. 28 iron tools. You must trade an additional 6 units. 29 iron tools. You are overpaying by 2 units. All right, I'm a genius. But on the bright side, we do have some extra tools. So that's exciting. I want this Forester's Lodge to get up before we place our chickens anywhere. We only have 2 of them. That's okay. That's okay. We can make do with 2 chickens for now, as long as they reproduce with one another. Which I think they're bound to do. I don't think that, like, the gender of the chickens actually matters for... The gender of any animal actually matters for making a pasture. Close this, please. This is what I want. Firewood's still low as we get into late summer, and that's really, really scary. We have 4 laborers now. Wow. Okay, our population is kind of bustling here. We're up to 43. Just take the stone from here and put it into the Forester's Lodge and then get it done. I need this Forester's Lodge to go up so you can plant as quickly as possible. You are harvesting from the crop field already, which is great. But if you could just do it faster and drop it off in this storage barn, that would be like really nice for business. Or just the market that's, you know, directly to your right. But I don't want to tell you what to do. We have more builders working now. Just carry the stone from the stone in the stockpile. No, there's not. It's iron. My mistake. There's a lot of stone in this stockpile, though. Please get done as soon as possible. Oh, I heard our chickens. That's fine. Please tell me you're not dying. I traded a lot for you. Reserve of firewood is low. This was to be expected. We're going to need to chop down some more trees that I don't want to chop down. This is being built now, though. Okay, I hate to do this, but with our laborers, we're going to have to be like, okay, that's a Forester's Lodge, my mistake. We're going to have to be like, you know what? That's your job for now. Fuck the gatherers. We've got enough food. We're actually kind of low on food. That's scary now. Now we've got a decent amount more, and we should continue producing into the winter, but ooh, it's kind of scary. Maybe we should have another fisherman take up a place here. That's only like 100 fish per year, though. We have 2 gatherers. How's our hunting cabin doing? We have 3 hunters. Last season, they did so much better. Maybe they'll do better in the winter here. I don't know, actually. We have 1. Let's go up to 2 on this one, and we'll put another laborer on hunting duty down here. You're producing an okay amount of venison, but it could always be greater. How big is the range on you here? Not very good. We should get a forester's area down here, too. We have 4 foresters? Do we really need 2 here? Sure, why not? We really need wood, so it seems like a reasonable idea. And yeah, firewood's going to become a real concern for us here, but I think I'm going to end the episode here. This one's gone on long enough, and I'm starting to realize what my build order is going to be in the very near future. I think we put another Forester's Lodge down here, and then we start being totally okay for food production, hopefully. We should get a pasture going as well. But as always, thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed the episode. If you did, make sure to show your support by clicking the like button. It helps out a great deal. And of course, subscribe if you want to see more in the future. As always, thanks for watching, and I will see you next time.